Oh yeah, Nerd Badgers! Welcome to the stream, welcome to the week. Can you believe we're like almost getting out of January already? Pretty crazy. Monday stream, man, get your week started off the right way. It's going to be a good week of content, man. We got Book of Boba Fett episode episode 5. So that should be pretty exciting. I have not one, but 2 podcasts for you guys this week. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but both incredible podcasts. Yeah, that stuff's pretty exciting. I know a lot of you guys like that stuff, and you are going to love both the discussions that I had with some folks over the weekend. We've got crazy rumors when it comes to Marvel. We're going to go over a bunch of them today. A lot of stuff that has me excited, stuff that I want to speculate about, talk about. I know there was also footage of the Batman that we are going to ignore happen and not talk about. I'm just kidding. We'll watch some of that as well. So it should be a good flippin' day for the Nerd Vengers, and it should be a good flippin' week as well. So let's get started. Let's get into it. Let's get loose. Let's get some gosh dang likes on this video. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good, man. How are you guys? Let me know in the chat. How you guys feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling today? I got a lot of good rest. It was a crazy weekend of sports ball and UFC fighting things. So that was really cool. Got to recharge my batteries a little bit. I'll say this too about the UFC though. And I don't know if you guys agree or not. I know not everybody in here watches UFC and all that, but I was pretty let down by that main event, man. That main event was a little bit weird. And you know, I think the thing for me is it's obvious that Francis was injured. Like, it's obvious. It was obvious. He talked about it after the fight and all that, too. And he had said, like, you know, maybe, or he didn't want to miss the fight. He thought about pulling out. For me, as a fan, I actually wish he did pull out. Because that's not Francis. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how he fights. That's not how I think he wants to be seen. And honestly, it was kind of a bad look. He was exhausted, just bulling towards him. And honestly, yeah, not that great of a fight. But the co-main event or the title fight before it was pretty awesome. I feel like it went the wrong way though, which was also pretty weird. And how about those dang football games, man, huh? Crazy upsets, all sorts of stuff. And if you were a smart betting man and you looked out at what Tim the Tatman was calling for all of the games, you could bet pretty much against everything he has said and made a ton of money. He is now jinxing every single sports team that plays. It's pretty fascinating, pretty amazing to watch. So there's that. Now, before we get into some of the rumorage, some of all of that, and you know, all the fun stuff today, I did want to make mention of the fact that I'm aware that there's some stuff going on the BBS website. There's some stuff going on thedenofnerds.com. I'm actually not going to buy memes today. And I have a meeting tomorrow morning with the team about what's going on over there. And I'm trying to make sense of everything. But it seems like some of the moderators that were not appointed by me or anybody that's associated with us are banning people or having like fights with people, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to look into that. I just want to let everybody know I am aware of it. We're going to try to work through it. But yeah, I'm not buying memes today. And until we get that sorted, you know what I mean? I'm not super comfortable with getting into all of that kind of stuff with the BBS, okay? So that's just so you guys are aware, okay? Now, can I just tease out these podcasts a little bit before we get started? Is that okay? Is that okay? I have a circular head? Yeah, I guess I do a little bit, don't I? Yeah, I guess I do. Let me just say about these podcasts, man. 2 fire podcasts. I know we've been a little bit behind on getting the podcasts out each week, right? But I sat down and had 2 absolutely incredible conversations with folks. The one that we're going to release, I believe, later today is going to be Nerd of the Rings. And it was an incredible conversation that I think will, if you're interested in the Rings of Power, the big Amazon show that's coming out later this year, if you're interested in that, if you liked the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies, but you don't know a ton of stuff about that particular show or what's going on with that show, man, that podcast is like a perfect just sort of entry into that, you know, getting hype, but also like understanding what might happen, you know. Nerd of the Rings, so knowledgeable about lore. We talk a little bit about lore, you know, what's Sauron up to, the rings themselves, what's the deal with the power of them and all that, etc., what kind of characters might show up. I think it's an incredible podcast. It really works to set up. I'm actually even more excited for that show than I was before we sat down and had that conversation. So that'll probably drop today. And then later on in the week, I would say either Thursday or Friday, I'm going to drop a podcast that I did with Jay, Drunk 3PO. And that conversation was incredible in a totally different way, right? Jay and I talk about, you know, how he and I kind of met and, you know, earlier days of Fandom Menace, you know, the Star Wars fandom, some of the sort of fighting that's going on. And, you know, the thing about that conversation with Jay is I think we really get into some interesting common ground about social media, what we've learned in the past couple of years, how the Star Wars fandom is reacting, etc., etc. For folks that, you know, I hope that when that podcast is released, that many people take the time to listen and or watch it, because regardless of how you feel about Jay, regardless of how you feel about me, regardless of how you feel about, you know, culture war, fandom issues, I feel like it's a great conversation where we're really able to kind of acknowledge certain aspects of what's going on, you know, like how much of people's, you know, Twitter presence should be taken as their own identity, etc., etc. So it's a great conversation. I think you guys are really going to enjoy both of the podcasts that we drop this week. And then today, later today, I am sitting down with Soups, Matt Ramos of TikTok fame. One of the, you know, young content creators that's absolutely killing it out there. And I wanted to talk to him a little bit about his own journey, but also what he makes of fandom, the internet, all these, you know, where things are going, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So it should be a pretty juicy freaking week of content for all of you Nerdvengers. For all of you. Let me get this set up. I now want to shift us in and let's discuss My Time to Shine Hello. Do you guys know of My Time to Shine Hello? Have I ever talked about My Time to Shine Hello before? If you know who My Time to Shine Hello is, put a 1 into the chat. Let's see what's going on in this freaking chat anyway. I gotta pop this thing out so I can see it. And smash a like on the video. Don't make me go after the grandmas, bruh. Don't make me go after the grandmas. Yo, you know what's weird? And I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. Wait, what? Gambling's on? You mother truckers! You mother truckers! I don't look at chat for like 5 minutes. No, gambling's for Fridays. We don't gamble on Mondays. Chat, what the fuck? Oh my goodness! Turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Okay, it's off. Sheesh. Sheesh. Should have known. Should have known y'all doing it. Should have known. This is why we can't have nice things. That's why we can't have nice things. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this. You may or may not notice. Oh man, should I even say this? Okay. Let me put it to you this way. You may see some content creators out there no longer talk about leaks or leakers. You might not hear your favorite other YouTubers or podcasters or article writers. You might not hear them talk about leaks. So, my time to shine, hello. You might not hear that name anymore from anybody other than me. Well, some other people maybe too. But I guess what I'm saying is, okay, Grace Randolph made a big video. I want to say it was Friday. Okay. And I had been sort of saying some stuff on Twitter. I said some stuff in a few streams. I maybe even mentioned it in a video or something like I don't even know. But I said, Feige's really coming after these leakers and scoopers, is what I said. I was like, yo, this shit's about to change. You know what I mean? Like, shit's about to change. Changes. And Grace did a video on Friday. And I think it's a really good video. Everybody should go check it out. And she explains a little bit of that reality of what is happening, what, behind the scenes of them trying to tighten up on leaks, etc., etc. Okay? So I'm going to put my full thoughts on that in a video, which hopefully we'll do later today, which is going to discuss new Multiverse of Madness leaks, because your boy ain't stopping. You understand? Your boy ain't stopping. They have zero leverage on me. They can't really do that to me. But it may well become a thing where less people are going to talk about exact leaker scoopers. You're going to see a lot of stuff framed as like speculation or like, oh, this is a rumor. Wouldn't this interesting if this happened, et cetera, et cetera. It's weird times. I will talk a little bit more about that if you have more questions on the 1 p.m. stream today, where we will stream just for members. Okay, so if you're a Nerdventure member, come on by at 1 p.m. Maybe I can answer a few questions about that. But random other crazy thing about my time to shine, hello, that's like weird, is the NFT shilling. Okay? And here's the deal. Wait, what? Where's my research wing? What the hell? Chat, what are you doing? What the mother-loving love of mothers is happening here? Oh, no. That asset might be deleted. Okay, fuck it. Whatever. We'll just deal with this. Look, we got issues going on at the tower, so just relax. Everybody calm your tits. The NFT shilling from My Time to Shine, hello. Weird. When she first started doing this, people thought she was hacked. And people were like, okay, well, we can't take what she says seriously anymore. I don't think she got hacked. I think she's trying to make a little money. You know what I mean? Sort of throw her social media 53,000 followers, throw that kind of weight around. It's a fascinating like the internet, dude. Like the internet. Like, what a weird chapter. I did not see this arc happening. Again, I'm pro NFTs. I don't talk a ton about it all the time because I know there's a lot of people that get upset about it and don't like it, et cetera, et cetera. But like this kind of like shilling and like of putting projects out like that, this is actually like not an aspect of I'm not super down with this, if I'm being honest. Like, I like NFTs, but a lot of these projects and the real gimmick of like social influencers helping to pump and dump these projects is absolutely horrible, and scams like that are pretty fucking stupid to me. And they actually hurt good projects. But regardless, just wild. I wanted to touch on that because I hadn't talked about it yet, and it's pretty fucking crazy. But let's check out this Reddit post. Let's get into the juice. Let's get into the meat of this. And I do want to say these are rumors, okay? So My Time to Shine, hello. Despite being pretty solid and getting a lot right, does not have a perfect track record. There are things she said would show up in Spider-Man No Way Home that did not happen. And so we're going to treat this as rumor. Okay, we're going to treat this as rumor for now. Within this little info drop that she did, there's really only a couple of things I want to focus on. first thing Ben Affleck said no to Doctor Strange 2, but said maybe on Secret Wars, so there's still a chance. Okay, so let's frame this. Let's talk about this. What does that mean? Like, what's the deal, Janelle, as it were? Here's the deal. I talked to you about this thing with Affleck, weeks ago, maybe even months ago. Okay, this was a Jeremy Conrad scoop that a lot of other people corroborated as being something they had heard about as well. Long time ago. And I remember, I hope I'm not speaking out of class too much here, but even initially when Jeremy told me about this, he was pretty clear that he didn't think it was going to happen. In fact, he indicated that people at Marvel didn't even think it was going to happen. They sent a preliminary contract to Affleck's people because they were serious. They wanted to show like, bro, we're serious. We're fucking serious about bringing you back as Daredevil. Like this, like we want it. But they sort of acknowledged and knew probably not going to be the case. Okay, so in all of my coverage of this particular rumor, I've tried to be very clear. I've tried to say, probably not going to happen, but fun nonetheless, because it really does feel verified at this point by a lot of different folks that, yes, they approached Ben Affleck for this role, specifically to bring back his Daredevil character. Okay, so that's one aspect of the news that we're going to talk about. He says, or she says rather, that Secret Wars, there's still a chance. Okay, and so again, my time to shine hello, talking about Secret Wars as if it's a totally real thing, and speaking of it much in the same way that I speak of it as the next event film, where this is all going, what Marvel is building to. And I believe that. That's where we're going. So Affleck says no to Doctor Strange, but he says maybe on Secret Wars. Let's dig into that a little bit. What does that mean? Well, it probably means, much of what it's saying, but it really means, like, at this moment in time, Affleck, not down. He's got other things going on. He's not really feeling it. I think that he is feeling a lot of the weight of still the lingering Batman issues and the things going on with DC and himself, his breakup, all these different things that are going on. But he's open to maybe doing it in the future. Now, some of you guys will say, and some people will, come at me about stuff and say, Affleck said he didn't want to do it. Affleck doesn't want to do IP like this anymore. Affleck said this. Affleck said that. Well, two things. Number one, Affleck also said he would never return to Batman ever again. It was over, door closed, and he came back to shoot for The Flash to try to give some closure and to do something like that. I've heard he even came back and shot some stuff for Snyder Cut. I can't actually get that confirmed. I don't know if he did or did not. If he did, it's the post-credits. Oh, he had to have. Yeah, he came back and shot post-credit stuff with Leto's Joker for the crazy scene. So he's willing to do these things even though he says or sort of espouses that attitude that he's not. Also, I would bring up Exhibit B would be Tom Holland. Tom Holland has said a bunch of shit in the past 3 to 4 months. Much of it in sort of the flavor of, I don't know about the Spider-Man shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm still playing Spider-Man in my 30s, I've made a mistake. Maybe it's time to let someone else do it. I'm happy and satisfied. Maybe Spider-Man should, I need a break, all these different things. And we've said that feels like a lot of negotiation. It feels like a lot of hardball. He's trying to get maximum baggage to play Spider-Man again, and I think that he will. He'll get a big old bag. So, all of that is to say that never say never when it comes to Ben Affleck, and the fact that he's open to a Secret Wars cameo situation, that's pretty interesting. Now, let's skip ahead to this other one here. Affirms Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are going to Marvel. Now, this one's weird. Let's take a look at the actual tweet and see what we can sort of get into with this. Just a feeling that Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are going to Marvel. Save this tweet. Not wrong, says My Time to Shine Hello. So, as far as the Affleck of this, what I'm kind of thinking here, and I'm not 100%, but my thinking of this is that maybe that's the Daredevil situation. I highly doubt that Affleck's going to come back and do something other than the Daredevil thing, and maybe they're setting that up for a Secret Wars scenario or something like that, okay? That's kind of where I'm at with Affleck. Technically possible that he's doing something else, but for now, that's what I think. Henry Cavill, though. Henry Cavill. What an interesting situation with Henry Cavill. Okay? Cavill, I think is, unlike Ben, really wants to be a part of this kind of IP. He really wants to be Superman again. He's steadfast in his wanting to be Superman again. He's Geralt for The Witcher. You know what I mean? He's thrown around the idea of being Bond. That's something that a lot of folks in his camp and sort of talk about. And I think when it comes to Marvel, that's very close to that same ballpark. Big IP, big responsibility, big contracts, a lot of press involved, et cetera, et cetera. Cavill strikes me as the kind of guy that, opposed to somebody like Ben, who wants to maybe do more filmy stuff, independent film work, whatever, producing, directing, that. Cavill kind of just wants to keep playing big iconic roles. That seems like his thing. And I've said it over and over again. Fans have talked about it. We've speculated about it. It very obviously seems to be a pretty cool little checkmate type move that Feige could do, where you take beloved actors that were overdoing stuff with DC and the Snyder Cut and the Snyderverse and all that, and you bring them over to Marvel. Obviously, this would be a very Feige or White Suge Knight kind of a move. A shot across the bow, a real slap to the face, a real wet salmon across your cheeks, if you will. The possibilities with Cavill are incredibly interesting. There have been rumors of him being Wolverine and the new Wolverine with the X-Men coming. And we've talked a lot about X-Men. We had a cool stream last week talking about X-Men, future rumors. I have a video written that we should drop this week talking about X-Men, talking about rumors, etc., etc. You could see Henry Cavill coming in to be somebody like a Wolverine. It's pretty interesting, right? That's pretty fascinating. That could be a really cool possibility. Captain Britain. I believe Cavill's actually even commented on this. He said, yeah, that would be cool, and I do love being British. You know what I mean? So Braddock is a possibility. And especially, dude, let's talk about Braddock for a second. The Captain Britain Corps, who's a multiversal sort of group with, Peggy and the potentiality. Check me out on potentiality. Is that a word? Okay. The potential of having Captain Carter, maybe from What If, maybe from another universe, being in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and maybe being in other stuff moving forward, like the What If series that might go on for many seasons. Fascinating prospect. Henry Cavill playing not just a Captain Britain, but a Captain Britain that is also very much involved in what is happening with the multiverse, potentially leading up to a big appearance in Secret Wars. Fantastic stuff. I think it would be absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? Absolutely amazing. A couple of other things that people throw around, and I think this is just because of and Dorian, I appreciate that, brother. Of course, we'll go over that in the back half of the show with all the other supers. Appreciate you, though. A lot of things that people have thrown out with regards to Cavill are stuff like, Hyperion or the Sentry. Now, the reason folks want to see that is because the Sentry and Hyperion are very Superman-esque characters in Marvel Comics. Hyperion, very close to a Superman, depending on which version or which origin they go with Hyperion, because there are multiple Hyperions in comics via the multiverse. Literally very similar to Clark from DC. Sentry, a little bit different, but the power set is very similar. He has the power of 1,000 exploding suns, I think was the way that they talked about it. And the Sentry is fucking awesome, dude. I love the Sentry. I love the Void. I love that idea. What happens at the end of Siege was crazy. You know what I mean? The Sentry verse World War Hulk was crazy. Sentry, very fun character. And I think just in terms of like Feige's ability to grab stuff that would really, sort of be like an underhanded blow to DC. It really would feel kind of like, a little bit of a slap across the face to DC if they won't bring Cavill in as Superman and Feige grabs him up and puts him as a Superman-esque character. That would be fantastic. Now, another possibility, and again, the likelihood of this pretty low. We're speculating here. We're having fun, and if you're having fun, smash the like button, and if you're not having fun, flick yourself in the nipples. I've had enough of these grumpy motherfuckers that can't have fun. So, another crazy possibility, and I just think this would probably for me be the most fun and also FU Warner Brothers move, and that would be the Squadron Supreme. To bring in the Squadron Supreme and to have Cavill and Affleck play their respective characters of Superman and Batman in Squadron Supreme versions. Okay? So you've got the Hyperion Superman kind of thing, and then I don't even remember. What's the Batman-esque dude's name in Squadron Supreme? I can't even think about it. I just read like a really cool The Heroes Reborn and all that. Let's look it up. I know you guys in chat are probably yelling at me, but everybody just relax. Nighthawk. Yeah, Nighthawk's the one, yeah? Yeah. So you've got like a Batman-esque and a Superman-esque character in the Squadron Supreme. In many ways, they are Marvel's version of the Justice League. And yeah, that would be crazy, dude, to grab those dudes up. It would be absolutely nuts. So, look, a lot of fun possibilities. My Time to Shine Hello, obviously the biggest NFT shiller out there, can't be trusted. Rumorville probably got hacked. Maybe it's actually Amy Pascal, but it's about having fun. Okay? And so it's fun to speculate about these things. Now, let's shift gears. Let's talk about the other thing that's on the thumbnail, the other big rumor that has me quite excited. Then we'll watch a little bit of the footage of The Batman, and we'll see if DC or Warner Brothers is going to strike me down. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It says here, Josh Brolin will return, not only as Thanos, but Cable too. Fascinating. Now, when it comes to Thanos, nice, Renee. When it comes to Thanos, I think we can all see how that would happen and where that would happen. Eternals, and if they do other Eternals movies, or if they tie that storyline, sort of set up in the post-credit scene and at the end of Eternals into other cosmic stuff in the MCU. Thanos is sure to be a part of that. Okay? I also think that Thanos will be a part of Secret Wars. I do. Multiversal version, maybe one taken out of time, like a variant. But regardless, Thanos is such a badass, and I really enjoy the character a lot. And some of the fun stuff that happens in the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars is like Thanos and a lot of other members of the Cabal, trying to make sense of Battleworld and figure out what they should do against God Emperor Doom. And there's that really awesome page where Thanos pulls up on Doom and essentially starts shit-talking him. And he's basically like, "You're not a god, Victor. You've not a god, and you've never been a god. You silly tin mask wearing bitch." And Dr. Doom kind of shows up, and he's like, "Oh, well, maybe I'll just rip out your fucking spine." And he literally like reaches in and rips out Thanos' spine. It's awesome. It's pretty cool, man. So stuff like that was super fun in Secret Wars, and I think like having Thanos in there would be really cool because like a panel like that, like what it really does is serve to show you how powerful Doom actually is. You know what I mean? Like for him to be able to just do that to Thanos, it's crazy. So I see a lot of different ways that they could bring Thanos back or put Thanos back into the fold. That's really cool. Cable, if I'm being honest with you, the Cable thing's even more interesting. The Cable thing is even more interesting because Brolin's Cable was dope, And I don't love the Deadpool movies. Like, I like them, and the first one's cool, and the second one has a lot of cool aspects of it. One of the coolest ones was Brolin as Cable. I feel like it was fantastic. I feel like he could be beefed up, maybe a bit, made a little bit bigger. But as far as the attitude, the vibe of the character, I thought he did a really good job. And it's one of those situations where, like, if we're looking at patterns of behavior here, Feige is very good at acknowledging when a character from a different Marvel property than Marvel Studios was cast correctly. Charlie Cox Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin, hopefully, Punisher and other characters like that. He's really good at being like, this actor or actress did a great job with this character, but a lot of the stuff around it, some of the decisions made by direction, the production, all of it, that's what held this back. But the actor himself or herself, they did a pretty awesome job. And Cable is not just a cool mutant, but he's a mutant that you could do really interesting mutant stuff with because he is a time traveler. He comes from a future and comes back and is like messing with time. And depending on what they are actually going to do with the mutants in the MCU, Cable could play a very central role into sort of establishing a lead up. Like, here's what I was thinking. This is what I would do with them. I would have Cable, and I would say that Cable should come into the sort of current MCU, but he's from the future, and in the future that Cable is from, X-Men versus Avengers or mutants versus humans, that war is crazy. That war is taken over, destroyed much of the Earth. It's like he's from an apocalyptic area. Maybe Apocalypse himself is still there, and it's like mutants versus humans, X-Men versus Avengers, and all that sort of stuff. And I would use Cable as a way to set up Avengers versus X-Men, which I would do after this first Secret Wars thing that they're going to do probably in 2025, 2026. Soon. Secret Wars is coming soon. Sooner than you think. So that's fascinating, dude. You know what I mean? And bringing Brolin in as that character could be really, really cool. Of course, there's the possibility that he is just going to be in the Deadpool movie, or maybe somehow him and Deadpool survive from that universe or something like that. Sure, and maybe. But I think that when it comes to Feige, when it comes to Marvel, the MCU, and everything that's going on right now, our vision and our expectations are a little bit more grand than that. Like the mutant rumors for Multiverse of Madness and all that sort of stuff sort of point to really wild, ambitious ideas using X-Men, using actors, and using these, the sort of pre-established love that we have for certain characters to create a really compelling story. I don't think you're just going to get Cable hanging out with Deadpool coming in from the Fox thing. You know what I mean? They said Zazie Beetz as well. They did say that Zazie Beetz Domino, Parker Luck, is also going to be coming into the MCU, which is pretty wild. So who knows for sure how all of this is going to shake out, and I think we're going to get a lot more answers in the coming year about the X-Men stuff, but I always like to sort of touch on these sort of things because I think they're really, really fun, and they could lead us into some really, really wild places for Marvel Studios. I mean, Marvel is in a very unique place, where they are just killing it and really quite ahead of the game. And so it's just going to be really fascinating to see how all of this stuff gets put together. So it's really, really cool. Okay, now let's shift gears a little bit. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. I want to know, chat, let me know, did you guys watch the clip of the Batman? Oh, by the way, I did the math real quick on the how many people actually liked the like button, and it says that most of you guys fucking lied to me. You lied to me. You're dirty liars. So get your friggin' finger and boom, and smash the like button. Come on, man. Look, I don't make the rules around here, but if I don't get enough likes, I don't get to eat. Okay? YouTube comes in right as I'm about to eat my lunch or my breakfast, and somebody knocks on the door, and they're like, hello, it's YouTube. And I'm like, oh, shit, hello, what's up, YouTube? And then they slap me across the face. They steal the sandwich right out of my hands, and then they're like, you'll get nothing unless you get those likes up. And then they turn around, and they walk out. It's crazy. Okay? I don't make the rules. Smash like, shut your mouth. Let's keep going. Put a 1 into the chat if you watched the Batman clip over the weekend. Let me know. Let me know. Savage75 says, get a real job then. That's so funny because I talked about that with Jay on the podcast that we did together. Because like that's a thing that a lot of people say. It's kind of interesting. You have to watch the podcast to see what I said about it, but damn, look at that. All y'all watching this clip. Okay, so probably shocking to you folks. I have not watched this clip. Okay, I'm not. I mean, here's the way I view it. The Batman as a movie, it already has enough supporters. There are already enough people out there clamoring, lifting up, being excited for, hyping up about the Batman. The world's full of people that support and look forward to the Batman. I think the world could use a few villains. I think the world could use a few retractors. And so for me, when it comes to Batman, I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. Maybe, I mean, can I take a nap in the middle of that 3 hours fucking boring ass detective story? 3 hours in the theater, you fucking kidding me? Can I take a nap? Are they gonna pass out pillows for the Batman because they know it's an absolute snooze fest? We'll see. I'm gonna watch it, and so a new clip came out, and now let's play the game on will Warner Brothers strike our channel? Let's play that game. Let's watch this clip. Because I believe this is the clip, right? It's the funeral scene. Yeah, chat? Yeah. Pretty Nicky. I see it. Okay. Cool. Let's watch this. Let's react to it together, okay?
You're not doing anything. If I'm elected, I want to change that. My God.
Why is this like... Okay.
I'm gonna go pay my respects. Will you wait for me? I want to continue this.
Riveting dialogue by Bruce.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Chief. Can I talk to you? Gil Coulson is missing.
What?
Hasn't been heard from since last night.
Christ, not again. Hey, Mr. Wayne. You got people looking for him, Jim?
Sent a couple guys to his house. Nothing.
What does his wife say?
She hadn't heard from him.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car and show your hands! Get out! Get him up! Get out, show him!
Christ, it's Coulson.
There's a bomb around the set!
Let's clear this place out now!
The Batman. Rated PG.
Whoa. Okay. So, that was pretty cool. So I think the reason the movie is 3 hours is because every scene is going to linger like this fucking scene. And, you know, here's the deal. If I'm being, let me just be like completely like serious and kind of like honest about my feelings about this. I hadn't watched this scene before. I watched a bunch of mother truckers all weekend raving about this shit on Twitter. Oh my God, over 2 minutes of Batman footage. Oh my God, a scene from the Batman is online. Rah, 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 I can't believe it. Oh my God, the Batman. I expected something. You know what I mean? Like, I expected fucking something, bro. Like, what? That's the scene? That's what we're doing? I mean... Yo, his dialogue was riveting, though. Riveting stuff, you know? Very, very, very excited. I was not really prepared for that, only because I wasn't really... I thought there would be something. Is there something else? Was there another clip? Was there another scene? What the hell? Is there something I missed? What the hell's going on here? Chat, let me know. Did I miss something? Is there a clip where something actually happens? Is this movie going to be 3 hours of shit like this? Like, I'm just being honest. I'm just asking. Is this going to be 3 hours of, like, atmospheric, drama-filled, intensive scenes with practical effects and a brooding Bruce Wayne that's fucking paler than me? Holy shit. Dear God. Anyway. So there's that. A couple of things I wanted to get into, actually. Let me pull some stuff up for you. There have been a lot of leaks about Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion, a lot of set photos. Apparently, it's pretty much wrapped. As far as... Dude, they did not give a fucking Book of Boba Fett poster to this guy. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. They gave a Book of Boba Fett poster to this guy. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. There have been a lot of leaked photos for Secret Invasion. And I don't want to necessarily go over all of the photographs, but you've got a big old bearded Nick Fury. You've got Colby Smulders, who was already, we knew she was going to be in the show, with some stuff with Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke is chilling and all that. But this one's kind of wild. And I'm interested to see what you guys think about this. A random blonde lady shooting a night scene. Some mysterious blonde lady shooting a night scene for Secret Invasion. Any idea who this could be? Any concepts? Any ideas, guys? Anybody? Bueller? Let me know in the chat. I guess we'll briefly look at this. Just a bearded Nick Fury. I don't think it tells much at all, but that is generally speaking one of the looks that he's going to have in there. Of course, we get a tease that he has been off-world for over a year in Far From Home. Or No Way Home, rather, which is really, really interesting. And there's some confusion and interest in if this movie, or rather if this show, will drop at the end of this year or not. Some speculation that it'll be pushed into 2023. But I think that this show is going to be a very big deal for all of Marvel Studios. I think it'll lead into some stuff that's happening in the Marvels and the wider scope of the MCU. But this show is going to be wild, bro. Like wild. Marvel heroes will show up. It is Secret Invasion, so you're likely to see some of the heroes, some of the main players in the MCU, and then scroll versions of them as well, which I think would be really fascinating to see. Should be pretty exciting. And it's pretty much the talk of the town with a lot of the leaks and things of that nature that are coming out there. So, I don't know. See what you guys think. Anybody in chat have an idea of who this could be? Let me see. Let me pull up the chat. What do you guys think? Look at all these people defending the Batman. Hey, it's all good, you know? I'm not trying to create a rift in the community. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get anybody upset here. I'm just trying to speak my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. Joseph Bush, member for 11 months, says, unrelated, but new Beast Wars and Transformers movies coming in a few years. Any chance of Transformers content? I will say, yeah, there's a chance. I said this in the podcast when I was on with Nerd of the Rings yesterday. I said, man, I would absolutely love for Rings of Power to be so big and so massive as an IP that I would feel comfortable being able to cover it. If the show is that big to the degree and to the point where, like, Marvel fans, Star Wars fans, like, it's huge, like Game of Thrones, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, this is huge. We will cover it. We'll do watch parties. We'll make videos about it, and I would love it. But in order to justify that, we'd have to be able to get views, and in order for us to get views on it, it would have to be pretty popular, right? We'd have to have a lot of crossover with the Star Wars and the Marvel fans and, a couple DC fans. They pretty much all left after today's stream. But a couple of DC fans that we still have hanging out there. If Beast Wars and Transformers were to pop and become a, pop culture, zeitgeist, crazy, thing, for sure, man. I'd be down. But how realistic is that? I don't know, bro. I don't really know about that. So, can't really say for sure one way or the other if that will happen. So, I believe, and let me just briefly look over a few things here, but I believe that's going to do it as far as news and speculation that we have going on. Oh, there's something else I wanted to tell you guys about. Something else I wanted to tell you about. Do me a favor. Go over to our Twitter. Okay. And, if you're not following me on Twitter, you definitely should be. We have a lot of fun. We post a lot of funny things. It's hilarious. I have this poll. I would love for this poll to get out there more and for more people to see it. And really, I'm just trying to trigger all of the Wanda stans, really. Like, I'd love it if, like, a bunch of Wanda stans were out there, like, quote tweeting this poll, being like, this guy's horrible. He doesn't understand. Wanda's so great. Blah, blah, blah. I love Wanda. Blah, 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 blah. So help me trigger all the Wanda stands and quote tweet this poll, like the poll, retweet it, share it out, tag some Wanda stands, ask them if they're going to cry about it. You going to cry, Wanda stands? Hey, are you going to cry? Not, don't do that. That's a joke. Don't do that. Don't do that. But so go over there to the Twitter, blow that shit up. I just want to see I want to see how the fandom reacts, in an honest, unbiased way. So that's all we have on that. Joke's on you, I was already crying. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about your ters. Sorry about your crying and your turs. Let's shift now, and we'll get into the Q's and the A's. Start going through the super chats. If you got a little loot and you want to support the channel, you want to get your question or comment read, like you're really, really mad about my Batman take or whatever, throw a soupy in there. I'll go through all the super chats that come in within reason, so be reasonable as well. So we'll be getting into those in just a minute. I also want to say today's stream and all the streams over here are brought to you by the Nerdvengers, incredible folks you see in chat with a badge next to their name. They help keep the lights on over here. Really wouldn't be able to continue to do all of the content and the stuff that we do over here without the help of the Nerdvenger members. They get all kinds of benefits, access to behind-the-scenes streams, which, we'll be streaming today at 1 p.m. It'll be kind of fun. I'll go over a few things that are pretty cool. And streams on on Wednesday nights just for Nerdvenger members. We're going to watch a little bit more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this week, so that should be really, really exciting. 20% off the Teespring merch, and also, hashtag not financial advice, not medical advice, not political advice, not advice of any kind, but reports of people becoming a Nerdvenger and their portfolios 10x. Reports of people becoming Nerdvengers and their vision comes back. And reports of hair loss being prevented. You become a little bit taller. It's incredible. Results may vary, blah, 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 blah. Don't sue me, bro. But it'll be the greatest decision you've ever made for yourself and your family. Consider joining the Nerdvengers today. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. All right, let's get into these soupies and see what y'all be saying. I expect everybody to be like, oh, man, Josh was so right. Oh, dude, the Batman. What? More like the boring man. Right? And all that. So let's get into it. Hopefully people aren't mad. Don't be mad at me, though. All right, so first in of the day is Dan Larkin. Dan Larkin says, Secret Invasion and What If Season 2 delayed. What did you do, Josh? So I don't think that's official, actually. I believe that this has to do with that Japanese website that essentially had them up as 2022 things and then removed both of those items. I don't think they're delayed. Look, there's a lot of interesting conflicting reports I'm hearing right now. Like, I had somebody tell me they don't believe that Kenobi will be coming out May the 4th. They think Kenobi will actually be a summertime show. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of strongly feel like it will still hit that May the 4th thing. This is a person that's pretty reliable, though, so I'm hearing, like, conflicting things. Secret Invasion, What If Season 2. I kind of always envisioned What If Season 2 being that, like, end of summer show. I think it's a really good slot for that kind of a show. And then, dude, Secret Invasion could be, like, a massive show at the end of the year. Like, I think that would be huge and set up, next year to really deal with some of the ramifications of that. So I've heard that, yeah, they've been removed from that Japanese site. I don't know if that is, like, for sure. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Jason says, how about that Peacemaker? Look, here's the thing about Peacemaker. I'm not feeling it, but a lot of folks are. And a lot of people don't just like the show, they love the show. There's a lot of people out there think it's the best thing DC has done in a long time. A lot of people saying this is better than all the Disney Plus Marvel shows and Star Wars shows, etc., etc. I love that kind of stuff because I love when fans get passionate about stuff and they like it. I don't want to detract away from anybody's enjoyment of Peacemaker. If you're loving Peacemaker, good on you. Bob's your uncle sort of thing. But for me personally, it's not my flavor. You know what I mean? It's not my flavor. It's not my thing. I'm not watching it. I'm not really feeling it. I have been rewatching Raised by Wolves in anticipation of season 2. We haven't talked about Raised by Wolves in a long time, but man, I tell you, PJ, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Let's go. Make your way around the tower. Have fun. It is the way, as they say. But yeah, Raised by Wolves, dude. Incredible show. And going back and rewatching season 1, there's all this like little stuff that I like missed or I didn't pick up on. Like, bruh, one of the things I like must have missed is that Mother in the end of the season when she's talking to that medical droid as she's getting the blood transfusions, she says, I'm only or I'm made of machine or whatever, and then he implies that the Mithraic, who's the religious sect, they just took technology that was in their ancient scripts, like their ancient texts, without understanding what it actually means. And so the necromancer android, like, who knows what that actually is? Like, that power and that technology comes from something really, really ancient that we don't fully understand. I totally missed that in my first watch through, and it makes a lot of things make sense with Mother specifically, but damn, am I excited for that season 2. Mr. Morty says, check out Incognito NFT, super undervalued project. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to check it out, Morty. I appreciate the support. Maybe somebody in chat will check it out. Good on you, Bob's your uncle. Dorian Trussell says, with a $20 holla, holy crap, very generous, probably too generous. Holy cow, maybe you meant for it only to be $2? What the hell's going on? Don't make yourself bankrupt. Cavill to Marvel after poor treatment of his version of Superman. Hopefully, he is Captain Britain. Ben Affleck to play as an older Daredevil mentoring young Charlie Cox version. Cavill as Wolverine or Hercules. Excelsior. Yeah, cool possibilities, man. Cavill is Hercules. We didn't go over that. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool as well. The Wolverine thing, I like. The Daredevil mentoring thing, I'm not super down with. I mean, maybe you could have some fun Daredevil scenes in like Secret Wars or something like that with Cox and him. That would be kind of funny. But as far as mentoring, nah, I mean, I kind of like, Stick having that role, and maybe even, because it seems like Matt is pretty adept. I mean, the way he caught that brick in Spider-Man No Way Home, I ain't ever seen nobody catch a brick like that. That was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. So that's really cool. But yeah, of course, Cavill to Marvel after poor treatment. I think that's the whole play, man. I think that's what everybody's talking about. I think that's the whole idea here, is that if that were to happen, massive wet salmon across the lips of Warner Brothers. Shame, shame, shame to Warner Brothers. And also, Marvel fans would be celebrating. So that would be pretty cool. Renee says, normally I have to pay for nip flicks. Here you go. Yeah, that's fair. And I did say, yeah, friggin' if you flick your nipples. Okay, anyway, moving on. Dorian follows up and says, Cable flashbacks of his parents, Jean and Cyclops. Deadpool's love triangles with Death and Thanos. MCU adaptation. That would be incredible. So his mother is not actually Jean, though. It's a clone. Madame Pryor, right? I think. So it's a clone of Jean Grey. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but technically not Jean, different character. But that would be really cool. I think Cable is a really fun character to anchor some of your mutant stuff around, especially with that time travel element. And as I was sort of saying it before, I was like, man, like, talk about doing something way different. Like, what if the mutants are around, but they're hiding? Charles has his opinion. Magneto has his opinion. Cable comes back from the future and basically says, mutants and Avengers and mutants and humans are about to go to war, and it's devastating. And I'm here to try to stop that and also take out the Avengers. Like, what if Cable's coming back to try to take out the Avengers? That would be awesome. Really, really cool. Very cool character. Pretty Nikki says with a $5 holla, says, this is bribery to get you to stop talking ish about the Batman. Also, take my money. Okay, like I said, guys, the Batman looks like an incredible project. You cannot deny that 3 hours of detective noir work and Batman going around with flashlights and hockey pads. I mean, how are you not excited about that? You know what I mean? Like, how could you not be excited about that? It looks obviously amazing. I can't wait to see Bruce Wayne brood for 3 hours. Mike Toast says with a $5 holla, complaining about a 3-hour runtime is the laziest criticism of the Batman. Is it the laziest? Because I don't know. I mean, look, I got a lot of lazy criticism for the Batman. Do you think that the length thing is the thing? I should. Should we poll it up? Should we poll it up? Do you think the Batman should be shorter than 3 hours? Let's see. I'm interested. Because, look, I'm the guy that loves longer movies. I think, especially depending on the film, it should be long. Like, I wish No Way Home was 3 hours. You know what I mean? But, like, we're talking about the Batman, bruh. Like, I just think it's not the length, it's the idea of that tone and that type of a film being 3 hours long, sort of combined with what we've heard about the third act. Like, apparently the movie, like, ends, and then it, like, doesn't end, and it just keeps going. Kind of like the third Lord of the Rings movie that had, like, 20 different endings. So, yeah. The Batman should be a TikTok video? Agreed. I'd watch it a couple times then. But appreciate the support either way, Mike Toes. And Mike, look, I hope you know, it's just, we're just having fun out here. You know, it's nothing personal. I'm not trying to ruin dreams. Block Writer says, okay, you're hating a little bit, Josh. I don't like Warner either, though. Okay, fair. Seems like I'm hating just a little bit. I got the haterade on. Okay. What's your guys' favorite flavor of haterade? Let me know. I am Donovan73 with a $1 holla and no message. Mysterious. Diamond Joe with a $2 holla and no message. Mysterious. What's going on? You guys okay? What's going on over there? Crazy Panda with a $5 holla says there's a possible leaked image of Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic out there online. Looks legit to me. Take all my freaking money, Marvel. Bro, where's that picture? Where is that picture? Because I'm already going to do a big Multiverse of Madness video later today. Talk about the Tom Cruise photos. Talk about all these different things. Where's this image? Send it to me. Send it to me! Send it to me! Sorry. Max Ross says, Josh, you okay, bro? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm actually feeling pretty good. It's a good start to the week. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for this week, so I'm good, baby. Darian Grawe with a $2 holla says, how do I become a Nerdventure? There is a button next to the subscribe button that says join. That's how you do it. If you're on mobile, there should be a link in the description that you can click on to do the same thing, because on mobile it's a little bit weird. So there you go. Take your first step into a larger world. David says, have you watched Archive 81 on Netflix? So I have not, but I have heard many good things about it. So maybe I'll check it out soon. But at this point, I'm kind of just like catching up on Raised by Wolves, almost done with that, and excited about that show. You know, we got Book of Boba Fett. You know, there's other stuff that's kind of occupying my watch show time. But maybe I'll get to check that out. Travis Adams says with a $5 holla says they are dropping the new Lego Star Wars game on April 4th. Why not wait till May 4th? We waited this long. They ain't got no clue. Yeah, I don't really know why. Why does Lucasfilm do a lot of what they do? You know, we discussed a lot of these different things. Even in the Nerd of the Rings podcast, we touched on a little bit, but definitely in my podcast with Jay, we talked a good bit about it. At this point, for me, with Star Wars, man, it's like there's a lot of like just kind of weird decisions and not cool stuff going on over there. I would love for them to start putting pieces back together and doing better. But I do think, like, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because I think this year could be a big year for Star Wars. And I think they have some really cool stuff coming on the horizon. So I'm trying to be fair. You know, I'm trying to, like, be chill about it. But, yeah, it is weird. Some of the decisions they make were just like, dude, what? John Ortega with a $5 holla says, you don't say that about the Batman. I think it's going to be a great movie. Probably the best Batman movie ever. Also, Peacemaker is hilarious. Take my money. You know, look, if you like Peacemaker, again, that's awesome. I don't want to make fun of people or try to begrudge people for liking that show. It's a funny show. The Batman being the best Batman movie ever. Is that what y'all think? Is it poll time? Are we going to Poll Town, USA again? Are we double dipping on the poll? Are we double dipping on the poll? Chris Listenfeld, member for 16 months, says, my favorite flavor is Trigger Me Pink. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how to take that. Trigger Me Pink? What? All right, are we going back to Poll Town, USA? So wait, hang on now. Do you think the Batman should be shorter than 3 hours? It's pretty split. It's pretty split, but a good bit of people say no. A good bit of people say no. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Let's end that poll. Let's go to Poll Town, USA. Do you expect The Batman to be the best Batman movie ever? Don't double dip your poll. Okay. I'm really curious as to what you guys think about that poll. Let me know. Here, let me just kind of pontificate about this for a second. The best Batman movie ever made. I don't know, man. Would you say that The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie ever made so far? I don't know, man. I suppose that's possible. Maybe that's what people are looking for, huh? I could see that happening. You know, here's what's crazy. Like, as much as I am obviously clowning on the Batman and, you know, having a very jolly time of doing it, when I actually sit down and think about it, it's very possible that this movie could fit that bill. You know, especially considering that, like, look, a lot of the other Batman movies, like, I like those movies, but they're like, they're all right. You know, you revisit them and they age a little poorly, even, you know, Burton stuff and all that. So, considering that The Dark Knight is the best, probably, I would say, most fans would argue that's the best Batman movie ever made. Could this movie eclipse The Dark Knight? Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. It would have to do a lot. You know what I mean? It would have to do a lot. And the thing is, it would really rely on obviously the Batman character and maybe some of the Court of Owls kind of connections and like what's going on with Bruce. Like, for sure, I could see that. Dark Knight, though, I mean, it's just so amplified by Heath Ledger's Joker. It's going to be very difficult to look past Heath Ledger's Joker performance. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. Like, that's sort of a tall order. But I could see it. You know, I could see it. Oh, wow. 75% of you guys say no. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Interesting. Huh. I'll have to see where we go from there. Let's see here. Han Shot First says with a $5 holla, we have so many variants of the Batman. No more Batman. Give me Moon Knight, a new character to discover that has no history in movies or on TV. Okay, so I wasn't going to do this, but because Han Shot First put this into the Super Chats, I will now make this point. Guys, it started out as a meme. You know, Moon Knight over Batman, you know, all these different things. Guys, I legitimately think when all is said and done, we look back at these different shows, and it really depends on obviously what they do in both projects. We don't know. You got like a 3-hour movie. You got like probably around a 6-hour show. I kind of feel like we will look back at Moon Knight and be like, damn, this is more entertaining. This is put together in a more interesting way. I enjoyed this character more. And I think that we might legitimately get to a place where we think Moon Knight greater than the Batman. It definitely started out as a meme. I definitely started out that way. But especially like that trailer for Moon Knight, the simple choice of having it be the Stephen Grant persona. He's got sand around his bed to see if he's actually getting up or if there are any like footprints. He has himself shackled to the bed. It's very like weird David Lynchian. You've got the Memento kind of vibes, right? And apparently it plays a lot like Memento. You know, the mystery that'll unravel there, I think is going to be really, really fun. Potentially even more fun than the mystery we get in the Batman. So it did kind of start out as a joke, but the more I think about it, even if I take some of the edge off of my Batman criticisms or my trepidations of that movie, Moon Knight's going to be lit, dude. Like, I think Moon Knight's going to be a hit, a smash hit. and possibly be the best MCU Disney Plus show that's come out thus far. MCU Drew says, do you actually dislike this Batman stuff, or do you hate Warner Brothers? Or are you just trying to be right about the Moon Knight hype? Or do you hate emo people? Okay. Again, it's so fascinating that this becomes the discussion, but I love it. I love doing this stuff. I love doing live. So let me address this. What's my sort of issue with the Batman? In all actuality, here's my actual issue with the Batman. The movie itself looks cool. Matt Reeves is actually a good director. I like Matt Reeves. And Pattinson's actually a really good actor, right? And the trailers look fun. The design looks fun. The mise-en-scène, very cinematic. What's my problem with the Batman then? My problem with the Batman is that I'm so frustrated with where Warner Brothers is at. And essentially, you have, at least for me, this is really where my issues lie. They don't have a consistent plan, and in the middle of trying to rework their cinematic universe from being a dark, gritty Zack Snyder universe to fluffy Joss Whedon, Wonder Woman 84, colors fucking everywhere, let's be the Avengers light, Warner Brothers, while making that decision, they also greenlight a gritty, postmodern, noir Batman origin story that's not connected to anything in the DC universe. And so, like, the inconsistency of that decision-making is crazy. I also, personally, as a big Batman fan, I am so sick of the pearls, Zorro, him becoming the hero that we know him to be. It's like, and I make this point all the time, it's like, imagine if every 4 or 5 years we got another movie about Tony Stark in the desert building the armor, the Mark I. Like, that ain't it. For me, I want to see the Bat God, okay? I want to see Batman get to the place in DC that he is in the comics. He is not just some gritty, Night Patrol, Gotham watching dude. That is a part of the character, but in bigger scope stories like your Final Crisis, different events like that, like the Batman That Laughs. Dude, Bruce Wayne is way bigger of a deal than that. He has a lot of Reed Richards elements, meaning he's so fucking smart that his intelligence is actually valued by like people like Darkseid. Darkseid puts Bruce on the Mobius chair and utilizes his intelligence to help sort of control his empire in, parts of the comic and then in one of the new DC movies, older DC animated movies at this point. So for me personally, I'm just so sick of like, let's restart Batman. Let's do another like, how many times are we going to watch The Pearls? How many times are we going to watch the fucking young Bruce? Oh shit, all of a sudden, we get it. We know Batman. Do something compelling with the character. Do something that I would actually enjoy. That's the crux of my problem with the Batman as a film. It actually almost has nothing to do with the movie itself. It has to do with the decision to let that movie exist. Bro, I want to see Batman with a white lantern ring. I want to see Owlman, the mastermind of destroying the multiverse, because Bruce is that good. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit I want to see. I'm a little tired of that broken record of Batman that we have. That's my honest to goodness opinion of it. So, hey, it's all good. Maybe you're into it. Maybe you want to see Tony Stark in the desert over and over and over again. But then you'll never get to I am Iron Man with a snap. You'll never get to that unless you let that shit develop, grow, and progress as a character. So that's ultimately where my problems with the Batman are, in all actuality. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Where do we leave off here? Okay, Noah Schaefer says, I'm all for Josh clowning on the Batman. That shit gonna have me falling asleep too, and I've always loved Batman. Take my money. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, that's so funny, right? Like, that's kind of perfect. Like, we watched that clip together, and it's fucking boring, dude. I don't know what you want me to say. It's boring. It's boring. Okay? Anyway, Patrick says, with a very generous $20 holla, says, at this point, I think we all trust Feige to right the wrongs of the past with Fox properties. What major story do you think he'll tackle with mutants in the MCU? Also, should a Phoenix story be a film or a 10-part Disney Plus series? Great question. Let's start with the Disney Plus thing. I think that what you're basically saying is like, here's what I think he's saying. This is kind of an all-encompassing, it's a good super chat. Let me try to break this down. The end of this super chat, he's talking about the Phoenix storyline and how that could be a 10-part Disney Plus series. You get 8 hours of content with that, as opposed to a rush put together 2-hour movie that's a goobly glob mess. Fox fucked some shit up. They had some good stuff. They fucked some shit up. They fucked up almost all of the greatest X-Men stories ever, bro. They fucked up Dark Phoenix twice. You know what I mean? I like Days of Future Past, but you can make the argument that they fucked that up and ruined that story as well. They did some wrong. They did some bad. Okay? And so he's saying, like, we trust Feige to do a better job. With this particular story, Dark Phoenix, which is an incredibly important story, do you want to see a movie? Do you want to see a show? I think my answer is, regardless of how they tackle it, I want to see it develop slowly over time. I want to see Jean, really kind of... I think you do need to sort of establish her to then establish how tragic it is that she's turning and all that. So I think that's kind of what we're looking at there. Mutants in the MCU, we've talked about it. We talked about it last week. I have another video. Hopefully it'll come out this week, just speculating about it. It's fascinating to see what they will do with that. Where's Jean Grey in the universe where Wanda's about to snap off? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's what's happening with that? I don't know. But I agree that we expect it to be much better moving forward with Feige, man. 100%. Thank you for the support. Jensen Baker says Transformers Rise of the Beasts filming done. 2023 is the release. Ooh, okay. Hey, look, I love Beast Wars, bro. Beast Wars was that shit. That was that shit, dude. So, hey, maybe. 34 Virgo with a $10 says, I agree with you on not getting the same old Batman, but if we get a different style of storytelling, like Nolan's Dark Knight, then I'm here for a trilogy including different villains, especially Hush. Yeah, and I can see why that's appealing as a fan of the character. And yeah, like, am I really gonna crap on Batman if it ends up being really good? No, I'm gonna come out here and be like, I was wrong. I can't believe it. The movie's incredible. And I'll give it its due diligence and its praise. But, like, you're kind of like I get where you're at, but you're kind of like making my point for me, where you're like, if we get a different storytelling like Nolan, no, that's not different. That's the same. That's Nolan. That's what we got before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not different. Oh, a really, really long movie that's really gritty and dark and grounded. Bitch, how many times you seen that with a Batman movie? Come on now. So, it's why, like, while I understand what you're saying, that ain't it, bro. And if you're going to do Hush, just do Hush. Put that front and center. So, I understand. I appreciate the support. We'll see where we go from here. I Am Donovan says, Batman hate to pump Moonlights gets Josh thumbs down. Oh, to pump Moon Knight gets Josh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. And I'm sorry, man. Look, so often I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror, kind of like this. And I say, why are you like this? Why? Why are you like this? And I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. So, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. John Shaw says, I expect it to be at least close to The Dark Knight. Fair. I think that's super fair. Chris says, like the Crayola color, tickle me pink, LMAO. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Had me worried there. RG2088 says, but will Moon Knight be a lesser Legion show? Like, will it be fresh or something we have seen before, but not go as hard as it could because it's on Disney Plus? Fair take, fair criticism. We will have to see. That's another interesting aspect of Moon Knight. As I said before in my sort of argumentative stream, Moon Knight over Batman, I really do think that because Marvel will make this the bloodiest, grittiest, most violent show that they've had, that's a draw, baby. That's not like a... That's like... So they're both doing that. Batman's doing that. Moon Knight's doing that. The difference is that DC does that all the time. Batman does that all the time. Marvel doesn't do that, bro. Moon Knight has the opportunity to go hard in the paint, to be something we haven't seen before. However, if it doesn't quite get there and it's pretty Disney-fied and it feels very similar to Legion, for sure, man. I can appreciate that, and I'll be able to acknowledge that. I think we're getting something special with it, but we shall see. John Shaw says, it's not an origin story, though. He's in 1.5 years. Yeah, but I mean, look, John, I understand what you're saying, but like, I hear the opposite of that coming from a lot of people that are defending the movie as well, where I'm like, dude, like, what's up with this? What's up with that? And people are like, he just started being Batman. Don't you get it, bro? So it's like, I understand what you're saying, but like at 1.5 years in, he's trying to get it figured out still. Year one, you know, great story, but it's essentially him still figuring it out. So he's still a rookie, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't know. It's still an origin, you know? The real Jesse Lee Reed says, Ledger was great, but Dark Knight had way too much gunplay. It was like a shoot 'em up, LOL. Batman Begins is the only good Batman movie. Wow, what an interesting take. I don't know if I've ever really heard someone say that before, but I suppose that makes sense. You know what I mean? I suppose that's fair. Shoot 'em up. Yo, y'all ever see that movie, Shoot 'em Up? With Clive Owen? That was a wild film. It was one of the only scripts to ever get made that had more gunshots in the script than words, dialogue. More guns. Kind of interesting, huh? Kind of interesting if you ask me. Okay. Yeah, Shoot 'em Up's not bad actually. I kind of like that film. It's kind of fun. John Wick before John Wick. Yeah, a little bit. It's like kind of almost comic booky though. Clive Owen, King Arthur, that guy? Yeah, Bubba. Cavill for Silver Surfer, says Kendall. By the way, I rewatched Boba last night and thought, imagine if they tried this techno shit in the sequel trilogy. LMAO, Batman looks like a reboot of Nolan's Batman. So much for Reeves' take. Yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with you on that. I know some people are getting triggered in the chat by me, you know, saying that. But yeah, it's I feel you there. The Silver Surfer choice is pretty interesting. I don't know about that, but I will just say, like, Book of Boba Fett, I have a script written, and we're gonna probably get to that really, really quick after I get out of here. Episode 5. Here we go, baby. Like, Boba's running out of room for like excuses and things like that. So I really think Boba needs to turn it up, and I think it will turn it up. Episode 5, right around the corner. So, yo, what else is going on, ladies and gentle beings? How does Batman even come close to looking like Nolan Batman? What are you talking about, Stormy? Like, what is that a serious question? Like, what are you talking about? Giacchino's the Batman theme over all other Batman themes. Even if the movie sucks, I'm happy to have gotten it. Yeah, it's a cool theme. Josh is going all in on Beta Fett after this episode. Okay. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna put a couple things out there. Okay. Number one, I don't know if you guys are aware, but you're all currently a part of a crazy bet, and if a yellow N1 Naboo Star Cruiser shows up with the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett, right? Then all of the nerd coin that everybody has gets zeroed out, and we're going to start over, okay? So a lot is riding on that. If there's no yellow N1 Naboo Cruiser, everybody gets 100,000 nerd coin. It's crazy, I know. 5 of you made that bet, and now it applies to everybody. It's crazy. So that sucks. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Relax. That's one thing. What was the other? Okay, here's what I'll make a deal with you guys about. I want to do another design for Book of Boba Fett, and yo, we have merchandise on the Teespring store right now for the Book of Boba Fett watch parties. I think the design is awesome. Go check it out if you have not. It's really, really fun. But I want to do another book, a Boba Fett shirt, and I will make you guys a promise. I will make you a promise. This is for Carlos Herrera in the chat. This is just for you, Carlos. If at the end of Book of Boba Fett, the end of it, after episode 7, if we look back and Boba has not done anything super badass in the present, if he hasn't like gone crazy, done a bunch of action, if it doesn't feel like we've got Alpha Fett, I will make a Beta Fett shirt. I will make a Beta Fett shirt design for our Teespring store. And I've never done anything like that. I've never made a shirt that like clowns on a show or that poops on a show or that poops on a character or anything like that. I'm very positive, you know, as you guys can tell with my positivity about the Batman and all these other projects coming out. I keep it pretty fucking upbeat around here. But I'll make you guys a promise. If after episode 7, if the Beta Fett concerns have not been addressed by the show, we're making a Beta Fett shirt. And we're going to plug it, and I'm going to wear it, and we're going to talk about it, and it's Beta Fett all day forever. I've never done any shit like that before. Okay? I've never done anything like that. I'm usually very positive. I like doing positive things. And in a way, what I'm kind of saying to you is like, that shit ain't happening. They're not going to let that happen to our boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to handle some business. He's going to get his hands dirty. He's doing the thing. Ooh, nice. Alex with a $7 holla says, I dropped the Reed Richards concept art into the Discord in general. Oh, girl. Interesting. I see it. I don't know if I believe it, but I'll put it in a video later. That is really cool looking. I don't know. And then we got a $5 holla from Patrick here. Says, what major IP do you think Zack Snyder could do justice to next? I'd love to see him take on a remake of Highlander with Cavill as... Ooh, that would be sick, dude. So that could be fun. What major IP do I mean, first of all, like, I'm excited for Rebel Moon, dude. Like, Rebel Moon, I think could not only just be it's its own IP, it's new IP, but I think it has a chance to break into the pop culture zeitgeist. It's Star Wars, it's Zack Snyder, it's Netflix, it's got a bunch of things going for it. Rebel Moon, I'm quite keen on. I actually hope he comes and does some Marvel stuff. I hope Marvel gets him to do some project. Like, why wouldn't, like, Zack Snyder directed Squadron Supreme? Come on, man. That's crazy. Like, that would be nuts. And that would be really, really cool. So, you know, that kind of stuff. Other IP that Zack could do. Let me think. Oh, bruh. Zack Snyder directed live-action Gargoyles based off of the 90s show. Yeah. That would be exciting. That would be super hype. That would be super hype. That'd be cool. What else is on your mind? Oh, we got a members chat here. Jonah, Nerd Adventures for Life, member for 13 months. Hey, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support, Jonas. So appreciate you, man. Thank you. Much love. Okay, guys. I think we're going to get on out of here. Stream at 1 p.m. So in about an hour, if you are a Nerd Avenger member, come on by the stream, man. We'll talk about all the things that are going on. Talk about life, you know. Talk about love, you know. Talk about... I don't know what we're talking about. We'll talk about some stuff. So come on by for that. If you are a Nerd Avenger member also, and you're not doing anything Wednesday night, come on by Wednesday night, man. There's also Nerd of the Rings is doing a big stream Wednesday night. I'd love to have a bunch of Nerd Avengers like raid that stream and get in there and talk, in the chat and just kind of hype up his numbers a little bit on Wednesday night. I'll keep you updated about that. We're going to watch a little bit more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this Wednesday because I'm a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? So we're going to watch some more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. together. Maybe we'll read some comics. We'll chat it up. Wednesday should be a really, really good time. Book of Boba Fett watch party. Tomorrow we're doing over-under, side, left side, right side, percentages, numbers, all sorts of cool stuff coming at you. So it's going to be exciting. Absolutely Nerd of the Rings. I had a great time talking to you yesterday, man. So much love to everybody. And let's see here. Christopher Adams says, if you make the Beta Fett shirt, you have to send one to Theory. Oh, 100%. 100%. I actually don't think I'm going to have to make that shirt because I'm implying that I think Boba's going to step up and do some cool shit. But also, like, just that, you know what it is? Making it fun. It's the same reason why we bring math to the Tuesday morning streams when we predict Book of Boba Fett, because I'm about fun, okay? What's fun? Math. What's fun? A crazy bet about a Naboo Star Cruiser that somebody said, it's not a Star Cruiser. Fine, Starfighter, whatever. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. It's fun, okay? Don't you want to have a little fun? Don't you want to say to everybody, like, oh, man, we've never done this before, but if Boba Fett doesn't step up to the fucking plate, I'm going to make a Beta Fett shirt where he's sucking on the titty milk like Luke Skywalker saying, I love soy. You know why? Because it's fun. So, there you go. Golden Hercules says, yo, I get that diamond badge tomorrow. Nerd Adventures for life. Take my money. Hey, that's dope, man. Maybe we should do a diamond lounge stream. You know, maybe that'd be kind of fun. We should do that maybe later in the week or whatever. You know. So, all right, everybody. That shirt won't get made. I don't think it will get made either. But we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Okay. Okay. All right. Theory wants it to be good so bad that it'll be hard for him to get that shirt for sure, dude. For sure. Bruh. Can you imagine the Nerd Theory after the final episode of Book of Boba Fett if it doesn't, like, slap? And me and Theory just get on screen together and we're just like... Like, I was like, let's do 15 minutes of that shit. Like, just stare at the camera awkwardly for 15 minutes. You know, that's where we're gonna be. Anyways, again, thank you guys for coming to the stream. Having a lot of fun on these streams. I hope you are as well. Don't take anything I say too seriously on here. You know, it's performance. Much love to all of you. And yeah, I'll see you guys at 1. A couple of big videos today. I'm gonna get back on TikTok today as well. I took like a 6-day break from TikTok. You know, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, we'll be back at it real soon. Much love to you all. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Whoa! Like I said, did everybody leave? Are we all done here? Well, sorry to say this, but we might have to sell Nerd Ventures Tower. I put all of our money in Dogecoin, and it hasn't been going well. And so, you know, we got a lot to do this week. I've got a kidney to sell. donating some blood. Gonna sell Beta Fett shirts. Try to tap into that market so that we can have food over here. It's the market is it's a very interesting animal. And I guess I would say, hashtag not financial advice, but if you put literally all of your money into a meme coin, it's not the best. It's not what you probably shouldn't do that, so yeah. All right, everybody, much love.